Revelation 1884. From the 10th of April 1941. Interior life, higher development. Love. The human being forms himself through his inner life, that is, when he thinks about himself and subjects his actions and thoughts to strict scrutiny, he now also tries to live in such a way that he can stand before himself, and this results in a self-improvement. So this also means spiritual progress or higher development of the soul. It is quite unimportant to what extent the human being submits to certain outer forms. His attention must only be directed towards living pleasing to God, that is, everything he speaks, thinks or does must correspond to the divine commandments. God demands nothing more from people than that they love him and express this love by doing good to their fellow human beings and also live in such a way that the desire for God can be recognized. Every upwardly directed thought testifies to the love for God, for what the human being desires will always arise as a thought in him. If the human being now testifies to his love for God through constant desire for him, God will also satisfy this desire by likewise providing the human being with his love, and now the human being cannot be anything but good. For divine love, which he himself deeply desires through his desire, will envelop him and he will no longer be able to act lovelessly. But the human being should shape himself into love, thus he fulfills the first and greatest commandment. He gives love and thereby receives love again, thus he must become love himself. However, a person can never reach spiritual maturity if he does not acquire divine love through works of love. God's love can only grasp the person who is active in love himself. However, every service of love, no matter how small, also presupposes a certain attitude towards God. The human being must want the good. That is, he must at least unconsciously affirm the being who is the epitome of good, of perfection. Affirming the good will also result in striving for the good, and the eternal deity will also approach such a person and make himself known. And the right attitude towards God will soon determine his thoughts and actions, that is, spur him on into loving activity, so that God can therefore also turn his love towards him. Which means as much as that the human being must now mature in his soul because God's love looks after him and no longer lets him fall. God demands proof of the human being's love for him, yet it is not enough for him to hear his affirmation or rapture. The human being should demonstrate his love for God in works of love, and just as he gives to his neighbor, so will he receive again. What he does to his neighbor in love, God will reward him 1,000-fold. The degree of love in which he performs the works of neighborly love is always decisive. God's love will take care of the human being to the same extent, for since God himself is love, he must be present in every work of love. Consequently, the human being must become love so that all his thoughts and actions are determined by love for God and his neighbor. Amen.